Hello, and welcome to Keynote. I'm your host, Elizabeth Moore. In our July Encore episode, Dr. Karinn Glover explored the burnout crisis so many of us face and shared strategies to help de-stress or prevent burnout in the first place. In this month's Keynote, Dr. Glover discusses how building empathy, tuning into others' feelings as well as our own, can help foster meaningful, supportive relationships, which just happen to be a natural antidote to burnout.
So we're living through some interesting times. There's lots of change, and the news is filled with things that are newsy. On top of that, in our line of work as healthcare professionals, we have a certain dedication to serving others, but that can come with its own stressors. One way to keep track of how we're doing, even as we take care of other people, is empathy. So empathy is understanding how others feel and being compassionate toward them. It happens when two parts of the brain work together, neuroscientists say. It's where the emotional center perceives the feelings of others, and the cognitive center tries to understand why they feel that way and how we can be helpful to them. So part of being empathic means you have to know when your reserves are low. So if you find yourself cutting people off mid-sentence, ignoring others' needs, being critical or judgmental, or even calling everybody else too sensitive, that might be a moment to pause and recognize that maybe you don't have enough inside to give to other people. And knowing that you want to be an empathic or compassionate person means that there's some skills that can come in handy. One of them is to learn what hurts other people, meaning being mindful of other people's trauma and maybe being mindful of your own trauma and your own triggers and other people's triggers. And then maybe taking some time to learn what things could leave a permanent pain or a scar even emotionally on other people. And then also, what do you have to do and say to make amends? Because an apology, especially a good apology, can go a long way towards maintaining relationships and working well with other people. So some practical ways to do this kind of work is beginning with observing. The power of observation is really important here. Listening to others, asking questions, kind questions, non-judgmental questions, and then avoid distractions and try to be more fully present when you are with people, and then stop multitasking. So maybe put your phone down and turn down the radio when your loved ones are trying to talk with you, or turn down the television, for example, and really focus on what somebody else is trying to say. But also, as you're doing this, be mindful, check in with yourself. Are you feeling overwhelmed, irritated, angry, or frightened? Maybe that's a moment to take multiple deep breaths. Can you envision this irritating person 30 feet away from you if you're in that kind of situation where somebody is getting on your nerves? Could you envision that person as a child? Is it time for you to take a walk, take a deep breath? I hope that that's something you might try, and let me know how it goes.
For more information on what you heard today, please check our show notes. And remember, subscribe to Health is the Key wherever you get your podcasts. This podcast and its content are presented solely for general informational and entertainment purposes. The information and opinions provided on this podcast are not intended as legal or medical advice and do not constitute or serve as a substitute for professional medical or psychological treatment, diagnosis, therapy, or other types of professional intervention.